There still is that risk of a low pressure area, maybe a tropical depression nearing the Philippines as we go through Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. Here's a look at the latest ECMWF guidance. Yeah, showing here by Monday a low pressure area likely just towards the east of Mindanao, but really pumping in some moisture onshore across eastern areas of Leyte and Samar and interacting with the shear line, which is already bringing heavy showers at times for northeastern areas of Luzon. You can actually see that right here, stretching in from the east towards the west. We're watching that area of convection towards the south of Guam and the subtropical ridge right in there. Important to note all these features because that's going to be the main steering factor and the main kind of reason why we're going to be looking at some rough weather here, because that ridge is going to push this towards the west. And you can see here by Sunday and the Monday, there's your low pressure area. Here's the shear line right there. And then you're going to get that tight pressure gradient up and down the east coast of the Philippines, thus increasing that risk of rainfall. In fact, this graphic right here, I think does a good job showing the shear line in towards the north. And here comes your LPA trying to develop right in this area. You see that moving towards the west, and right here by Monday, you get that big surge of moisture, an increase in precipitation along the really good portion of Visayas, southern areas of Luzon. Even in Manila by Tuesday is going to be seeing an increase in that rainfall as well. So that's just one look at this and what's kind of going on out here. I like this graphic because it really shows you from the LPA here to the cold surge and northeast monsoon, a shear line, northeastern Luzon, looking at just loads of rain across parts of Cagayan and northern areas of Isabela, but also, you know, kind of showing you what else is going on over towards Vietnam. So here's a look at the ECMWF. Let's pop this over towards Monday, kind of see just that big surge of moisture coming in. Let's go over to the graphic everybody shares on social media like a plague, and that is the wind map, showing you here that low pressure center. Everybody's actually sharing this one. That's the GFS, showing a low pressure center right there. But keep in mind, LPA, yeah, the center would probably come in like that, but it would be north of the center of circulation. So a good portion of Bicol over towards Leyte, Samar, all seeing that moisture wrap around from the east, and that could increase that threat of rainfall in some of those coastal areas here versus Mindanao, for example. But still, I mean, it continues to be the heaviest of the rain, still the shear line. It is still the northeast monsoon impacting northern areas of Cagayan here, despite the fact, you know, we could be looking at a tropical system. It's all about that interaction towards the north and how that pumps in that moisture across the Philippines here. So, yeah, here's a Google DeepMind, by the way, if you are curious, still showing that developing, but it really picks up more so in the West Philippine Sea as it moves towards the west. And you know, that's my bigger worry, is if this does spin up and then it kind of interacts with the monsoon and it hits eastern areas of Vietnam on top of the already heavy rains you've been getting. I mean, look at this big area of convection hitting them right now. So you get this on top of that. It could just be like a 1-2 punch. But right now, for at least on satellite imagery, yeah, we do have that convection. At least that is there now. So there's that, because the last few days just it hasn't been there. We haven't really seen anything, but there is initialization. It is moving towards the west and likely is going to interact in northeast monsoon and bring a good amount of rainfall to parts of the Philippines. And that's always my concern. And I say that I sound like a broken record, but I am definitely more concerned in late season, slow moving tropical depressions and storms than a super typhoon early in the season. Hear me out. Of course, super typhoon more powerful, but it's a psychological thing. People say, okay, like, especially you've been through a few storms already. A lot of people, maybe not you, but you know, you at least know somebody that's like this. Like, I've been through it, I'm good. And they like live on a river. And now, it's not a generalization, but there's at least one. And that's when you really get just deadly storms out here. And that's always my concern for these late season tropical systems. So maybe not a full-on typhoon, but definitely a rainmaker in the forecast here across the Philippines and Vietnam due to that interaction with the northeast monsoon. So always going to do my best to keep you all posted here at Western Pacific Weather and at westernpacificweather.com. Make sure you follow us on Facebook as well. One of the best places to follow. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm happy you are here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be like these awesome people on our Patreon who support the channel, please do check that out too. As always, thanks for stopping by. And number one thing, of course, friends, stay safe out there.